This is Peter Morosky, the Nurser, and today I want to say on why Spider-Man Unlimited gave us a great Peter Parker Mary Jane relationship in less than 2 minutes than what Tobey Maguire's 3 live-action movies did. And I just wanted to say that I love Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movies. Spider-Man 2 is my favourite superhero movie of all time, and it's in my top 7 favourite movies of all time. In fact, Spider-Man 3 is the first superhero movie I ever saw on the big screen. I even got washable tattoos for the movie when I was a little kid, when I went to go see it in the cinemas. But let's be real, the relationship between Peter and MJ sucks in those movies, and I will get to why Unlimited did what those failed to do. First of all, Kristen Dunst's MJ is very unfaithful and doesn't show Peter that much support, and no one can deny this in all 3 movies. She cheats on everyone she's with. In the first movie, she cheats on Harry with Spidey by kissing him in the rain, which is an iconic scene, but she's still cheating. In Spider-Man 2, she blue balls Peter the whole time and leaves John Jameson at the altar. And in Spider-Man 3, she kisses Harry while she's with Peter just because she feels depressed or something like that. In Spider-Man 2, she gets up for not seeing her play, and in Spider-Man 3, she gets angry at Peter for being more popular than her as Spider-Man, then gets mopey when Peter has to go stop a crime or save someone. And I'll admit, Peter was an idiot in those movies too. Like, him kissing Gwen, played by Bryce Dallas Howard, is, I'll say again, beautiful. I know that's not actually cheating because it's just a stunt for his fans, but even so, doing this in front of your girlfriend that you want to propose to is not a smart move. And in Spider-Man 2, Peter tries to say like a poem to MJ at the party where her engagement was just announced, which that's a real idiot move, to be honest. Can we all agree on that? Like, you don't do that. That's just really stupid. Yeah. Oh, sorry. And now MJ from Unlimited is incredibly, now to get to why the Unlimited ones are better. Now, MJ from Unlimited is incredibly faithful to Peter Parker and shows great support and care for him. When we first see her, she just goes to him and hugs him because she's so relieved that he's okay. Doesn't get mad or anything. Just goes into him and embraces him, because she thought she lost him. Well, because the building Spider-Man was in was crashed to the ground. They found his torn-up mask, so they thought he was dead. So MJ was relieved when she saw him. And right after that, she's by his side while he's resting and comforts him and says that he doesn't need to be Spider-Man to do good for the world, and just says Peter Parker can do just as much good as Spider-Man can if Peter lets himself do that, because everyone thinks Spidey is dead, as I've just said, and MJ tells him that this is his chance to start over and get his life back on track and just be Peter Parker and all that kind of stuff, right? And of course, when Peter has to go to Counter Earth, MJ doesn't get up his butt about it. Mary Jane completely understands why he has to go and says that she will be waiting for her husband and she will be here when he gets back. And Peter says he will do everything he can to come back to his wife as soon as possible. Which, by the way, this is one of the few versions of them to be actually married. Like I said in my previous Mary Jane video from Spectacular Spider-Man, like from the 90s one, they do get married in a comics continuation of the show, but this is where and in the show before that, he's just married to a water clone, but this is like a real Peter and MJ being married. We don't see the marriage, but we know they actually do get married, that they are actually married in the show. So, and on Counter Earth, Peter gets flirted on by a couple of women, but never gives into them. And instead, he remains loyal to his wife and tries to get his mission done as soon as possible, so he can get back to her. It's a shame that Spider-Man Unlimited got cancelled when it did, because lots of people, including myself, would have loved to see a reunion between these two. Maybe they could have had a baby together, like Mayday Parker, like in the Spider-Verse movies, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, right? Or Anime Parker in the Amazing Spider-Man Rui Avell's comics that I mentioned in my Mary Jane video I had made a few days ago. And that's why Spider-Man Unlimited managed to give fans a good Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson relationship in less than 2 minutes than what 3 live-action movies did put together. And I just want to say, Peter and MJ from Unlimited are a very underrated couple because of the short time we get with them, because they have a clip on YouTube with them. The clip just goes for like 1 minute and 36 seconds, so you don't get much. That's pretty much all the time you really get with them. And I know currently, and I've said before, and I know currently Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy are regarded as the best Spider-Man couple on screen because of their great chemistry, and obviously, yeah, the popularity of the actors and all that. But Peter and MJ are very underrated in Spider-Man Unlimited, and people don't give them the love they deserve, especially considering that they're a loving married couple, unlike Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy, because in those movies they were dating. Sure, they were a great couple, but they weren't actually. They never got to that point because Harry freaking, killed Gwen, that, which was very sad. But even if you don't like this Peter and MJ all that much, you can't deny that they have a healthy, loving relationship. Unlike Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Kristen Dunst's MJ. And even though Tobey Maguire's Peter says they made it work in Spider-Man No Way Home when he's giving Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man some advice, how he's never dated anyone since Gwen died, right? But we don't know if Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is married to this MJ or if they have a kid or not. We don't know. Maybe we could find out in the future, but until then, like Peter and MJ from Spider-Man Unlimited are a very underrated couple. Like, they deserve a bit more love. Like, well, go online and type up on YouTube, type up Spider-Man Unlimited MJ, and you'll see the clip and watch that clip, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, this is a very good couple. Like I've said many times in the video before, they are very underrated. They deserve more love, and I'm not saying they deserve to be on the higher ups with other world major superhero couples like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy, or Dean Cain's Superman and his Lois Lane from that 90s show. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying any of that because I'm not saying any of that because those pairs are great couples. I'm not saying that, but you get my point. These two are very underrated, and they deserve more love than they get. And please watch the clip, and you'll know what I'm talking about. And I think we can all agree that this clip alone, that this Peter and MJ are way better than the live action ones that we got in Sam Raimi's trilogy. Again, I love the Sam Raimi movies. They're the reason why I got into superhero movies. So I just want to make that very clear. But that's the truth. The Peter and MJ relationship in those movies is very crap. We can all agree on that. So, but this has been Peter Morosky, the Nurse, and I hope you enjoyed this. Like and subscribe. And if you want to know why Mary Jane Watson from the Spectacular Spider-Man show is the GOAT and could have been the best Spider-Man love interest, check out my video. On her on my channel. So thank you and have a great day.